Jimmy Dang from Maximum PC here at E3 2015. I'm here at Alienware's booth speaking with Chris, right?
Hey.
Chris, and can you tell us what we're looking at here?
Yeah, we're actually looking at the real live, fully functioning Alienware Steam machine. We're giving partners and press and folks some behind the scenes look at a few games and talking about what this really means to the PC gaming ecosystem.
Okay, cool. And then I think right here you have the official Steam controller, right?
We do. This is it. So we've been playing on this for the past couple of days. We've been rocking a couple of really fun local co-op games. We've been doing some first-person shooters. We've even been doing some games like City Skylines. And that's really what we're here to talk about, is that Steam OS and the vision of the Steam machine is really adding to your PC ecosystem and enabling you to play games that have traditionally been keyboard and mouse in a whole new fun way.
Okay, and out of curiosity, will you be able to use the Steam controller on Windows as well, or how's that work?
Actually the Steam controller is compatible with Win 10, and vice versa. The Steam OS will actually support Xbox controllers as well.
Okay, gotcha. So why don't you go ahead and tell us about your box there?
Sure. So the Alienware Steam machine, we actually, in partnership with Valve and GameStop, announced about 2 weeks ago a pre-order program, which is very exciting because I think it definitively drew a line in the sand that said Steam machines are here, they're a real thing, that the vision is going to be alive, and we announced that on November 10th, people will be able to get the hardware in-store or online, but if they pre-order, they'll actually be able to get it nearly 1 month in advance. So this is an early access program. It has limited supply, so I'd say act now. Make sure that you can be one of the first people to get your hands on the Steam machine nearly 1 month before anybody else.
Okay, and so this is going to be running Steam OS?
This will be running Steam OS. We'll have 4 different configurations. The entry-level configuration is at a really nice, beautiful price point of $449, and that comes with a controller. That is an Intel Core i3 processor, an NVIDIA GeForce GPU, which is basically an 860M class performance card, 4 gigabytes of memory, and a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now I will say that with the Alienware Alpha in market, we've learned a little bit about what this system can and can't do, and we've heard very clearly that the 5400 RPM drive in there wasn't meeting people's expectations, and so the hard drive that will be shipping in the Alienware Steam machine is going to be 7200 RPM.
Okay, and then what other configuration options are there going to be?
So starting at $449, I just told you about that. For $100, you can actually double your memory and double your hard drive. So you'll go from 4 gigs to 8 gigs, and you'll go from 500 gig hard drive to 1 terabyte.
Okay.
For another $100, putting you at $649, you can upgrade from an i3 to an i5, and then another $100, you can upgrade from an i5 to an i7. Okay. So really nice waterfall stack of configurations, price, and performance.
Is there going to be any SSD options, or?
No SSD options, but that being said, the Steam machine is based on a PC architecture, so there is full upgradability to it, meaning that you can swap out the CPU, the hard drive, the memory, and even the wireless cards if you so want to.
And this is a desktop CPU or mobile CPU?
It is a desktop CPU.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Can you also get it with Windows, or is it just kind of just?
So the Alienware Steam machine, we're going to be shipping only with the Steam OS. It's our vision to bring to people what Steam OS can deliver in a 10-foot environment with the Steam controller and playing games in a very unique way. But if Windows is your cup of tea and you want to stick with that, the Alienware Alpha will continue to stick around. So we'll continue to ship that with a Windows-based operating system, eventually upgrading from Windows 8 to Windows 10 when that becomes available.
Okay. And then, is there anything else you'd like to tell our readers about your particular Steam machine?
You know, our Steam machine has been a long time coming. We've actually been in partnership with Valve for over 3 years, and this is really a purpose-built system. I mean, the idea that you can actually take Steam OS and put it on any PC is great, but the idea that we took the time to purpose-build a system that is meant to be in the living room, I think it adds a lot of value and credibility to how we're trying to extend your PC gaming experience. You know, new games and old games are going to be played in a whole new way with a whole new controller, and I believe that Alienware brings the price and the performance and the value to deliver that in a very compelling way. Okay,
just going back to the question I had earlier, is if you swapped out the hard drive and you wanted to put in your own SSD, how does the boot software work? Are you guys going to provide USB stick with the OS, or how does that work?
We're actually working on that right now, specifically trying to plan how we help Alienware Alpha users, maybe who have purchased the system knowing that it's Steam Machine ready. How can we help convert them to be a Steam OS user? We're working on some of those plans right now. Needless to say, we'll absolutely support the warranty and make sure that that's covered. But really, it should be a pretty easy process, upgrading from a Windows-based operating system to SteamOS. We'll put together some documentation to make sure that all our support teams know how to help customers do that.
And are you guys going to still be selling the Alpha console as well with Windows?
Yeah, absolutely. Alpha will continue to live, will continue to be in market, and really for Alienware, it's all about enabling any type of PC gaming experience. So whether you want to stick with Windows and you love the form factor, go with Alpha. If you want to try SteamOS and you understand the value proposition that it brings and the unique gaming gameplay you can get with the controller, we'll have that available in the fall as well.
Speaking of the controller, I mean, we're just looking at it right here, and you mentioned that you can actually play like traditional keyboard and mouse games with it. What do you think about it? I think lots of people who haven't tried it sitting at home are a little skeptical about it. So what do you think?
Yeah, no, I understand. I will be the first to say that I was skeptical as well. I came in and it took me a little bit of time to play with it, but I really, really enjoy it. The haptic feedback that you get from the trackpad here really works nicely as you emulate a mouse. We've actually been here playing games like City Skylines, which is a very traditional PC keyboard and mouse game, and we've been able to have a great time. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, compared to an Xbox controller, a little bit bigger, and the buttons are in a different place, so you have to get used to that a little bit. But after that, when you understand the capability of unlocking kind of new games and new genres from your PC gaming library to be played in the living room, it's a really fun experience. Me and the Alienware guys have been rocking some Badland here in local co-op mode, and that's truly what this system is about, is being able to play games in any type of environment that you like in a fun way with all your friends.
Yeah, it's really bringing, I guess the goal is bringing PC gaming into the living room, which has been a lacking area for the platform.
Yeah, I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel. People have been doing this for years. You've been able to use an Xbox controller with your PC. What we're enabling is a very simple, easy OS that enables you to do this in a very unique and compelling way.
Okay. So is now the time? Like, is PC gaming ready to take over the living room? Have all the kinks been worked out? Or
I wouldn't say that this is a flawless plan. I think what is exciting about it is that Valve, what they're wonderful about, and the community that they've built up and that is thriving with over 125 million gamers, is that they're going to be able to uniquely shape your experience in a very quick and nimble way. So they'll be able to add features and fix things very quickly and on the fly. And as we get feedback from people who get to use these, and if you're lucky enough to get one in early access, as they start hitting the market later in November, we'll absolutely be able to work through some of those things and make sure that the experience is truly console-like.
Yeah, I think that the biggest obstacle, the obvious one, is that it's based on Linux, and the Steam library, the majority of the games, I'd say 90% aren't on Linux now. So is it a bit of a gamble right now?
I'll tell you, and I will let our gaming publishers announce titles on their schedule, because it's their opportunity to do so. But myself and a few colleagues have been around the world talking to all of the major game publishers, and I will say that sharing news about the Alienware Steam Machine and our plans and how it will be our flagship product, getting those publishers excited to get their contents, their content library, whether it's back catalog or new games that they'll be announcing coming to SteamOS, you're going to see over the summer a lot more titles and software, big AAA titles, indies, things that are going to be your favorite are going to be coming to the SteamOS. I fundamentally believe that things like the Steam Machine are only as successful as some of the content that you can play on it. So I have no fear or doubt that you're going to be able to play your favorite games in an environment. And needless to say, the Alienware Steam Machine can also stream any traditional title that is not SteamOS native. So another rig in your house, you can stream that directly to your Steam Machine, so you can play your native games and your old ones.
Cool. Thanks for all the info, Chris.
You're welcome.